every American that's having trouble with this, I am sorry I voted for him. I regret it with all my heart. I feel like I've enabled this monster to destroy democracy, destroy everything that is good in this country.
We've got a very crazy man driving the train, and he's going to kill this country.
And Anthony, are you voting a straight up and down Democratic ticket?
Not only there, I am actually for the very first time contributing across the board, across the country. And I've never, ever written a check or spent any money on anything political because I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
I've been a lifelong Republican since the day I turned 18. For the first time in my life, I'm going to vote a straight Democratic ticket. Is if they're connected to Donald Trump, they are not connected to me.
So you now are no longer a Republican.
I am not, no.
Because of Donald Trump?
Because of Donald Trump. It was no longer the party that I joined. It's morphed into something that's almost unrecognizable.
You were a lifelong Republican.
Right.
If somebody had told you, say 15 years ago, that you are preparing to vote a straight up and down Democratic ticket in the midterms, you would have said what to them?
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah.
So why are you now doing it?
To see Republicans not stand up to him, and the ones that do are just quitting.
I just think there's no values left anymore. There should be values. We have no values. He doesn't have any values. I thought he had values.
No, I'm definitely voting Democrat. I've been knocking on doors. I got a clipboard.
You're even canvassing.
I am canvassing for a Democrat
That's
in
how
Wyoming.
strongly you feel.
I believe hardly anything the president says, but I do believe he's a danger to this country and to our democracy.
Oops. It's almost like we weren't lying to you. But I'll say this, even though I will never forgive them for what they've done. And look, my forgiveness has no bearing on their life whatsoever. I'm glad to see that at least they are taking a proactive stance with this. Like, I fucked up. Now I need to put my boots on the ground and help make this better. And if you are any one of those people who is sorry for what you've done, if you're sitting back, staying quiet while democracy falls, just remember this. We know who you are. We'll remember what you did. And if the last thing that you did was vote for this man, that's how you'll be remembered. Now, if you go out and you start campaigning for real candidates who care about the people and you take proactive steps to make a change, that's how you'll be remembered. Owning up to doing bad shit is really hard. Trust me, I know. But you'll get a hell of a lot more respect than the respect you have now, which is zero.
There is a very interesting shift taking place as Trump rapidly ramps up his authoritarianism, and that is white people flipping the switch from capitulation to resistance. Let me explain what I mean. Since the end of World War II, the white community in America has enjoyed unprecedented wealth and opportunity as a result of a globalized American empire. And because of that, we have been less likely to buck against the system even when we know that system is unjust, because the system has rewarded us so well. That's called capitulation. And these are broad brushstrokes here. I'm speaking very generally. The black community, on the other hand, because they have always been a target of the system, from slavery to Jim Crow to the war on drugs, they have always maintained a posture of resistance. And again, there are plenty of exceptions on both sides here. But what's interesting to see now is more and more white people, first of all, waking up, and secondly, taking risks to resist the Trump regime, taking to the streets in protest, directly confronting ICE officers, resigning positions of authority, and in our case, making a documentary that could cause us to get our tails sewed off or worse. But it's worth it, these acts of resistance. Jesus said it like this: what does it profit a man to gain the whole world yet lose his soul? Because we cannot be people any longer who go along with wicked systems just because they benefit us.
Lately, many people have noticed something very interesting. Some white folks who once loudly supported Trump are stepping back and speaking against him. You know, they're now going against the MAGA movement, the same MAGA movement they supported. These were the same people who voted him into office. Now, they want to distance themselves from the MAGA movement as they realize that the actions of Trump are not very much in their favor. Well, I'm gonna let the videos roll and we come back for more commentaries, okay? Credit belongs to the original creators of these videos. Please don't go away, we'll be right back.
What did you just say about Trump? I said, Trump's a fucking liar. Inflation's going up. Gas prices hasn't really come down that much. Eggs? Oh, that's the funny one. The eggs. I'm mad. And I'm a mega man. Okay? I don't see anything he's done.
So is it safe to say that the illusion has faded?
I think it has, yes. You know, I was for him because, you know, everything he said, you know, he played right into my hands. He just told us everything we wanted to hear. That's what he did. I can't even stand to look at him because, you know, he's a con. He's a flat ass, nothing but a fucking con. You know, they all the right side, they say, oh yeah, the Biden side was so bad. Well, what's so good about the right side? He brags about doing something with our economy, but I haven't seen anything happen yet. That big beautiful bill is going to add, they say $2.5 trillion. It's going to add about $4 trillion to the debt. The big beautiful bill. Oh, what a joke. Remember what happened in the 80s with trickle down economics? Yeah. The filthy rich got richer and us guys that worked for a living paid more taxes. I'm disappointed for sure. I'm real disappointed.
In 2 weeks, I'm done. You want to talk about regretting your vote?
I never thought I'd say that, but I regret my vote. I voted for Trump.
I voted for Trump, and I regret it now.
As a Hispanic, I voted for Donald J. Trump. Dude, I regret it so much, man.
I am regretting my vote for Donald Trump.
I voted for Donald Trump, and now I regret it.
A lot of people who were like me voted for Trump and have to account for that.
I regret voting for Trump.
So deeply regret my vote for Donald Trump.
I regret voting for Trump.
I was a dumbass, voted for Trump. It was the worst decision I ever made.
I've seen the light, and I got out of MAGA. A lot of us there have seen the light. We have deep regrets.
I feel guilty because I voted for Trump twice. I feel very guilty because I feel responsible. That's why he's still running.
I was with Trump for 9 straight years. I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed in Trump right now.
Hey guys, I'm back with my multi-part video series on why I am starting to regret my vote for Trump. So this video is going to touch on racism and the mass deportations that are taking place. I just want to start the video by saying I'm not looking to justify my choices or make excuses, simply explaining my thought process and my decision-making process going into the election in hopes that I can reach other MAGAs who are ready to leave the cult. So let's start with his comments about the cats and dogs. When I first heard that comment, I did think that it was one of the dumbest things that I had ever heard. I never thought that it was true, but instead of doing anything about it, I just kind of brushed it off as a joke, which you definitely shouldn't do. I minimized his behavior by turning it into a joke. And now I kind of want to touch on the mass deportation that's happening right now. So we are told that it's just illegal criminals that are being deported. Like when I voted for deportations and stronger border control, I did not think that it would happen the way that it is. I truly think that it is illegal. It goes against our Constitution. And that's just how I feel. It's really sad and disheartening that people are okay with everyday people who pay taxes, property taxes, sales taxes, are getting deported for absolutely no reason at all. MAGA, this is so hard to see. I don't understand it, and I hope that we're just you guys are just ignorant to it and you're not actually in support of it. But anyways, I want to get back to the part where I just minimized the behavior. We were told it was just illegal immigrants. We were told that they want to protect the women. This is the best way to protect the women. All the criminals are going to leave. You know, it's going to be safer for us. Just remember cases like Laken Riley. And it was just really kind of shoved down our throats, I guess, that they were protecting women. And I, like many other MAGAs, fell for it. I just wanted to make the country a better place for our citizens. I didn't think that they were going to start deporting literally anyone and everyone that looks different. I don't think it's right to racially profile, which is exactly what they're doing.
Okay, since no one's going to say it, I'm going to say it. Let's just call it what it is. This Trump administration isn't some showcase of brilliance or strategy or moral authority. It is a showcase of white mediocrity, broadcast for the entire world to see. If you think about it, they scream about being the greatest. They scream about being the smartest, the most patriotic. But when the spotlight hits them, what do we see? Corruption, incompetence, lies stacked on top of lies. A government so insecure it has to redraw maps, it has to silence voters, it has to attack its own citizens just to hold on to power. And the world is watching. Countries overseas are looking at America, shaking their heads, saying, "This is America? This is what we were told was the standard for democracy?" Because for centuries, whiteness carried itself alongside synonymous with excellence, while dismissing black and brown excellence as inferior. But Trump's administration has blown that myth to pieces because globally, people see it now. Whiteness in power doesn't guarantee wisdom. It doesn't guarantee justice. It doesn't even guarantee competence. All it guarantees is access. Access, handed down through a rigged system that protects mediocrity as long as it wears the right skin. So let's be clear. This ain't about every white person, but it is about the fact that Trump has exposed the truth that the old story of white superiority was never superiority at all. It was all smoke and mirrors. And now the smoke has cleared. So what comes next, right? If America wants respect on the world stage again, it won't come through Trump. It won't come through clinging to whiteness. It will come through honesty, justice, and multiracial democracy that values talent, not skin. Because the global stage just learned what we've always known. When you strip away the privilege, white mediocrity can't hold a candle to black excellence.
There's a whole lot of white people who are now upset that they voted for Trump. So I just want to point out this lesson and thing we do in the black community where we say all skin folk and kin folk. Y'all voted for that man because he's white and you didn't want to see a black woman become the president. And now you see all skin folk and kin folk.
Wow. This is really deep. The white folks saw Trump as the hero. You know, someone who would have their best interest at heart. Supporting Trump became much more than politics. You know, family members fought over him, relationships were broken, friendships were tried, even marriages. Marriages came to an end because of this. I heard of people who said, if you don't support this party, you know, we are done, you know, and all that. Let's be honest. He didn't exactly promise the things they are complaining about. He's doing exactly what he promised. That's the truth. But they didn't think they will also be affected by it. That's where this whole problem is coming from. They have realized that Trump politics are not protecting them the way they imagined. Prices are high, the prices of food are high, you know, healthcare is still a mess, houses are expensive. Student death didn't magically disappear, and that's where this whole chaos is coming up from. Anyways, I don't want to dwell on this. Let's know your thoughts. Let me know what your comments are. Please drop your comments down below and I'll be looking forward to reading your comments. As always, I give credit to all the original creators of these videos. Thank you so much, guys. If you're new to my channel, kindly subscribe to my channel, okay? Hit the notification bell, like and share my videos. Thank you so much, guys. Till next time, have an amazing day. Bye.